Welcome to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And I was actually over at my Fisherman's in Oregon City. That's my spot. Yesterday, and it was packed. There was quite a few people getting ready for their Memorial Day weekend. A lot of folks were just going from there right to the Willamette chasing shad, which I'll be sharing a report for you for a lot of you folks that were asking that yesterday specifically. And a few folks, well, I shouldn't say that, a couple that had asked questions about this buy three, get one free deal for trout fishing that's going on currently, little corkies and all that. So it was really cool to see everybody excited about getting outside, because today and tomorrow, we'll find out more from Katie Suniga in a little bit, are supposed to be beautiful. All those years growing up when we were floating out of our tents over at Barview or wherever it might be, that's not this weekend. So it's kind of nice to see a nice weekend for Memorial Day. So it's our summer kickoff, lots of things that we can do. And we're going to talk about some different options. But first, though, special guest in studio. Each year since we've been here at KPDX, we've had Will Warren from I'm Hooked to talk about upcoming events that they've got going on. Their closest one and also their biggest one is next weekend over at Hag Lake. We're going to give you some insight on what I'm Hooked is all about, how you can volunteer, how you can donate, how you can just go out and help others get excited about the outdoors. And again, I've said it a million times, it's not just fishing, hunting, but there's hiking, biking, just getting out and doing whatever it is that you see fit. If you're bird watching, just exploring, whatever it is, taking photos, the outdoors are amazing. Especially here in Oregon and Washington. We're very, very lucky, and I'm Hooked is 35 years, Will, 35 years in with helping people get outdoors and have some fun. Again, it's not just fishing, but that's a big part of it, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. This event they've got coming up is over at Hag Lake. Obviously, I don't even know if it's obvious to all of you, but it should be, loaded with trout. ODFW stocks that lake with more trout than any other lake in the state, and it also gets extra fish that get stocked in there, and it also produces the state record smallmouth every time it's broken, although it was almost broken just a week or two ago. Missed it by an ounce or so, but very, very cool organization, great events that they've got going on, and we're going to just get you some information that might help you decide to get out and participate or to volunteer, bring your boat, and help others get in the boat with you and go do some fishing. It's just a great opportunity. So we've got Will here. We're going to talk about that. Then, after we speak with Will, I've got my good friend Cameron Black from Gone Catching Guide Service. He's on the water this morning, chasing bass. So there's another opportunity, another option. Chasing bass on the Columbia. I believe he's out with his kids. It's a great, great fishery that we have on the Columbia, chasing smallmouth in particular, but there are other largemouth that are out there. Cameron is one of our top guides here in the Northwest, unquestionably, for salmon and steelhead and estuary sturgeon, saltwater, whatever it is. But his passion, his thing that he likes to do is chase bass. So we're going to see if we can get some insight from him on that. That might, get you excited about maybe doing something different. Maybe you've done it before, but it is certainly a fishery that is absolutely underutilized, and our Columbia is loaded with bass just like that. And they are a ton of fun to fish for, a ton of fun to play. It's just a really cool fishery that a lot of you might not have been exposed to. You don't have to have a bass boat, although it's pretty nice, but you can do it with any boat that you might have. You can do it from the bank, walking up and down the banks of the Columbia, different baits, different ways to go after them. It's easy to get into, and a lot of folks that do it for the first time, they dive both feet in. I mean, they don't hold back because it is a ton of fun and a great option, especially when y'all know things can be weird with our salmon and steelhead opportunities here in the Northwest. So we're going to check in with Cameron once we get done talking with Will. But of course, in our upcoming segment, we got some reports to share. There were several questions yesterday about shad fishing in particular in Oregon City. So I'm going to kind of piggyback onto that with the report from the Columbia as well, for those that might be trying to decide to get out today, and of course tomorrow being the holiday, to chase some shad around. And just real quickly, it's pretty good. But you can't go anywhere until 10. Okay, and once the show's done, then he can go out, all right? So just make sure you stick with us for the whole remainder of the show. Then, of course, we're going to a couple of reminders for you and lots of photos that everybody's been sending in. But before we go there, Ryan, can I take this call real quick? This is a great reminder. We've got Jake from Goldendale. He's got a reminder for everyone. Jake, what you got for everyone out there watching this morning?
You know, next weekend is free fishing in Oregon. You don't have to have permits or nothing. Go fishing for Oregon Fishing Day.
Yep. Free fishing weekend. That's correct.
Okay. And then the following weekend is Washington.
Right.
Now look what Washington demand you to have to go for free fishing. They want you to buy all these punch cards and everything else to go fishing on free fishing weekend on Washington, where Oregon don't. Them guys, I don't know how they could call it free fish when you got to kick out money to buy all these punch cards and stuff.
Well, that's Washington for you. I hate to say it that way for all you Washingtonians.
Washington never used to be that way.
No, I remember it not being that way. I've never been a resident of Washington, but you are correct. It used to be actually free. But I don't want to get sidetracked, and I don't want to say anything too negative about our friends north of the Columbia. But your management system is suspect at best, everyone. We'll put it that way. Jake, great reminder, though. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. And for a lot of you folks, we're going to have a chance to talk about this event with I'm Hooked this upcoming weekend, where you can go fishing over at Hag Lake, catch a bunch of trout on a free fishing weekend. So pretty darn cool. So that's a great reminder. Jake, thank you for that. All right, let's show you some of the photos that everybody's been sending in. And yes, they've been very consistent the last month or so. For a reason, 5 fish by 11:30. What? Oh, never mind. I see where he's at. That's above Bonneville. That's enough of what I'm going to say. Phil, great photo, and thanks for sending the picture in. Here's another one. God, that is just the typical Springer right there. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's at Wind River or if it's in Oregon City. They just been little dinks. It is what it is. Oh, see that flasher right there over his shoulder? It's a good one. Dave Simon. This is from Wind River, which a couple of the photos you've already seen. Everyone is from there. Not to give it up too much. But Dave, nice fish. Great photo as well. It's nice to see the sun out there, and it doesn't look like it was blowing too hard. There's a reason why they call it Wind River. That's another reason why I don't spend a lot of time there. Flip-flop cutty. Yes, I understand. That's the way I live my life. That's a beautiful trout. And it is a cutthroat. You can just make that out underneath the chin of that trout. That just tells me that it's delicious. Just that simple. Perfect meat like we always talk about. So yeah, there's lots of ways that you can do it. We're going to get there in a second. Of course, you can't have a report before the season ends for turkey without getting one in today. Nice Tom turkey. That's an adult right there, everyone. Just all you got to do is just look at the tail feathers. If it's nice and even all the way around, it's an adult, especially with a beard that looks like it's about 12 inches long. You know what? I bet you that's with Jody Smith. I'm almost willing to bet that that's in Elkton somewhere. But JD, nice hunt. Thank you for the photo. Another one from up there. Lucky fishing dog. Yeah, it's because the dog's smart enough to lay there and just go, guys, can we get back to doing some duck hunting? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's just how my mind works. Lucky fishing dog. Michael, thanks for sending it in. Again, they may not have been huge this year, but they've been delicious, like they always are. Mike Thompson, nothing more delicious than that. Oh, my God. That's the perfect size halibut. Now, I know there's lots of people that have been lucky enough to catch, the big monster halibut. I've eaten some of those. I've never caught a monster halibut, like from Alaska or whatever. But anything under 50 pounds is the best eaten halibut there is. I mean, they are absolutely phenomenal. Love it. There's another one. Oh, yeah, down in the harbor. Hopefully you guys can recognize that bridge right there, Mother's Day Springer. Larry, nice fish. I bet you was trolling 360s, an Evolution or something, maybe a super bait back there, a spinning fish. And for those that were messing around on a very difficult week with those new hot tails, I'm telling you, you just got to fish them when the fish are there. It's the Fox 12 app. Download it if you haven't already. Find out their GPS, scroll down, and you will find how you can upload your photos and videos, and we can show you off every Saturday and Sunday morning. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, I'm going to try to buy us a little bit of time. All right, I've got 2 great interviews coming up. So when we come back, we're going to have river levels for you, fish counts, a quick report on shad for those folks that are trying to decide if they want to head over to Oregon City or maybe over to the Columbia, because there's certainly some reasons to get out there. We'll be right back.